Did your dad coach you?
Just briefly. And let me just say this. When I was a little kid, my dad could not contain himself with officials. Like when I was 10, my dad was the guy who was screaming at the guy who was getting paid $7 to ref 22 games in the day because he missed a 3-second call or because he called a travel or a foul on me. There was a problem. After a while, my mom was just like, "You're not coming to the game."
But can you see any parallel? And obviously, it's a different time, different generation with LaVar Ball with his kids. The modern day dad with what in marketing and coaching.
Let me say this about LaVar, and I don't know what he's doing with his youngest son, but I went to see them play because I was like, what is this thing? And watching his kids play this year was one of the worst basketball experiences of my life because they weren't playing basketball.
Yeah.
And what they were doing was madness. The game I saw, they played modern day, Bol, Manute Bol's son played on that team. And, I mean, they were 9 of 63 from the floor, his two kids. And they were 9 of 63 taking incredibly stupid shots. So I'm going to say this to LaVar right now, because when he got on the AAU circuit, it was a different flavor for young LaMelo and for his youngest. And so I think that he needs to put his kid in the system and back up for a second. And I know that sounds crazy, but you have to learn how to play basketball and work in a team environment because no one's that great. And
well, now he pulled him out of school, Kevin.
Listen.
And now he's going to be playing more street ball, and that's the problem. When I would watch, and I remember watching him as a freshman.
Yep.
And I saw shots that we would not be taken out of the game. We would be sent home from the game if we did.
If somebody takes that shot at the Bristol Y, it's a fight. When we were, you're in the Y and you're like, bro, I came here to play, and if you're going to take those stupid shots, I'm leaving. Or you just never pick that guy up. I was shocked. And even when my 9-year-old looks at me and says, he's taking crazy shots, Daddy. I mean, the game I saw went into overtime because on the last possession, he took a shot from nearly half court to win the game. And I was like, whoa.
But when the shot clock winding down, and like he
dribbled he dribbled it. He sat on it.
Yeah.
So what I'm telling you is, and LaVar can get mad or whatever, but he's killing his kid right now because he's not playing basketball right now. Lonzo is a amazing talent. And if you go back and look at that team when Lonzo was playing, Lonzo was an incredible talent, and he could lift them above tough situations. His youngest couldn't. And wait until you see some UCLA games this year.
Well, LiAngelo is not on par with the other two.
But what I'm saying is like, and I'm not being I don't want people to be like, oh, you're just getting on and hating. No, I'm not hating. LiAngelo should play at Long Beach State. And don't put him at UCLA. He's not a UCLA player. And that's what I'm going to tell you. A kid who shoots turnaround threes for a living shouldn't be playing at UCLA.
And that's why I never got to UCLA.
So I don't understand it, and I get it. I get the hype, and they basically did what what Paul Westhead used to do. Basically, except at least with Paul Westhead and what they were doing, they would cross half court. These kids don't cross half court. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.